Good morning and welcome to Kramer's Corner. It is Tuesday the 19th of December, a day where the US market again moved higher. S&P 500 almost 0.5%, getting very close to its all-time highs here at the 48.18 level, very close to the 138.2 projection of this downtrend or correction here at 4,800. So I think we could see that before Christmas, and there's only a few days left for that. So the Christmas rally is still ongoing. The Nasdaq 100 very close to its all-time high at 16,765, actually touched it yesterday. It's only a few cents from its peak, really. Maybe even taken out. No, very few cents for. So expected to be taken out. There's no divergence on the RSI, so a fairly strong move there, and potentially moving higher, likely to move higher. EUROSTOXX, we have a correction ongoing. It's probably going to be a minor one. It's hovering around the support line here, just around 45.10-20 level. It can't really get its act together to give us a little bit of a larger correction. We are back below, or we are below the upper rising trend line here, and but it's still holding on. There's some support at 44.71 that should be observed if it does break a little below. As I wrote in my technical update yesterday, there is potential down to around 4,400, possibly down to the 38.2 retracement, but I don't think we'll see that just yet. So expect a minor correction, so keep your stops tight if you are short there, I would recommend. Here we have DAX, you can see the top and reversal pattern. This bearish candle here is something between bearish engulfing and a belt hold Marabuso, very technical, but whatever, indicating that we have a top and reversal, but again, I don't expect the correction to be that big, and there's some strong support around these levels around here, 16,530, 16,470, fairly strong. I don't think we will move all the way back down to the 38.2 retracement. The Amsterdam index that got rejected at the 7,955 couldn't close above. If it does close above, I think also it will take out this peak here and it will move higher. Otherwise, we will have a correction down to around 780, potential down to 770, 765, but I'm not quite sure we'll get there at this side of Christmas though. Belgium market jumping around the 37.28 support and resistance key level here. It did close above, but it did form a bit of a top and reversal. But let's see. We also have some divergence on the RSI, indicating we are stretched a little bit of the uptrend, but there is potential up to 38.23. And the CAC index, also this bearish candle up here, we can see what actually happens when we see this is that the buyers are trying to lift the market much higher at the open. They managed to do it early in the session, but the sellers take control. And currently the sellers are still a little bit in control, but it's fairly fragile. The power is not that strong. So let's see what will happen here next couple of days. If it does break below 7,526, well, then we could see a correction down to around 7,400. SMI, also power shift from buyers to sellers, taking it below the 11,244. Didn't close above, and I would like to see a close above before I think we will this minor correction is over. We could still drop down to around 11,068, where we also have this lower rising trend line giving some support. So let's see here the next couple of days. We also have to remember there will be less and less volume going through around Christmas times. Most fund managers are there closing their books, so we could see quite a lot of volatility over the holiday periods. Euro dollar seems to want to have another go at the 110, and I think we will have that over the Christmas period here, slowly crawling back higher after being rejected. So it is the 110 you should look out for. If it does take out this sell-off candle here, you can see here the low is around 108.87. If it does take out that, well, then we will see it drift lower to 108. But I think we'll have a go at the 110, and if it does, then I think it will break it and move higher towards the 111 and a quarter. Cable Similar picture almost. It did close above the 127.35, only to be hammered back down. But I think we'll have another go, and it's likely to break it. However, there is some divergence, as you can see here. If I draw this trend line here, you can see there's divergence on the RSI. So there's a little bit of uncertainties. It's not as strong, this uptrend here, but let's see if it does break above its falling trend line here on the RSI, and the and cable does break above 127.35 here. Well, then we are likely to see a move towards 129. The yen pairs are bouncing across the board. We have the dollar yen that has already bounced the 61.8 of this last leg down here at 144.43. I think we'll see a move up to 145.38. If it does break above and closes above 146.60, well, then we could see a move towards the 149.75. However, do note that the 55 and the 100 moving average, they're coming down here, so they're kind of putting a little bit of a lid on it, and that can prove to be a little bit too much to penetrate and to actually turn around. So expect some strong resistance around the 146.60. Euro yen also higher, of course, back above the trend line, rising trend line there, back above the 157.70. I think we'll see a move up to around 61.8 retracement on 159.67, where we also have the 55 moving average coming in. Let me just highlight it here for you. You see it coming there. We have the 100 also. So a little bit of a resistance. We also have the cloud area that will give some resistance, but I think we will see a test of that. We can also see that the RSI that actually did show divergence, indicating the sell-off here was exhausting and a rebound, and we have the RSI back above the falling trend line. So next test will be the 60 threshold and the 61.8 retracement on 159.67. Look out for that one. Aussie yen, as alluded to in my technical update released yesterday, you can find it on our website and on our trading platforms and on my Twitter, that it could potentially break above 96.10, and it did really with a bang yesterday. We're going straight through the 61.8 retracement at 96.70 this morning, and it is very likely to test the 786 retracement at 97.50 around this level here. So it is actually back in bullish mode. We just need the RSI back above the 60 threshold to confirm that. I think we'll see a little bit of a setback when we hit the 786 retracement, potentially moving back down to 97, and then we could see the next leg up. Another one that we should have a little bit of look at, I don't look at it that often, is dollar CAD, dollar Canada, that has sold off the past few days, but now it's bouncing from the 133.70 support, and you can see also here we have the lower rising trend line here on the weekly that will be giving some support. We also have the cloud giving some support around this level, so expect a little bit of rebound. So have a look at the dollar Canada. It's not the most traded one, but still it's quite interesting pair to trade. Could have a little bit of a bounce up to around 134.80 level. Finally, when we're talking FX, let's look at the dollar index that did touch and bounce from 101.62, spot on there, bouncing a little bit, and if it does break above this this falling trend line there again, expect a rebound, and we can just add a little bit of a Fibonacci that could guide us a little bit and see, okay, 61.8 at 103.25, very close to the resistance level there. So we could see that being tested, but I don't think it will be taken out just yet. Gold is still slacking a little bit, just trading sideways here between 2010, well, actually a little bit higher above the 21 moving average. I still believe there's potential up to 2070 and maybe a little bit higher, where we have the 61.8 retracement of this sell-off here. The RSI is still bullish. There were no divergence. It has broken the falling trend line. If we get it back above 60, and we can get the the gold spot a little bit higher, then I think we'll see a rally being fueled towards the 2070. Silver, almost the same picture, just slacking a little bit here sideways, trying to gain some energy for a move towards the 61.8 retracement and 24.60, potentially up to the 25.20 level. On the energy side, really not much going on. I mean, the turmoil in the Red Sea and almost closure of that did cause a little bit of volatility yesterday, but we did close just around the resistance at 72.65, and now it's being sold off a little bit here, very close to test the falling trend line there. So not really much action going on. I will do a short update technically a little bit later, and Ole Hansen, our commodities expert, is also writing a little bit on what's going on there. Brent, on the other hand, actually did close above its 77.25 resistance, and could move a little bit higher here the next couple of days, but again, we have the 55 coming down, we have the 200 coming down, so the upside potential is fairly limited. US 10-year, as usual, just slacking a little bit here, just moving sideways in very tight range. There's still potential down to 383, but on the other hand, if it can get its mojo to back, then we are looking at 4%, but there's some resistance there. If we just very quickly here at the end are looking at the US 10-year Treasury future, where we had this doji here, and then we have a little bit of a negative candle, so it's not the best top and reversal, and there is not any divergence on the RSI, so there is still potential up to around 113, but let's see here in the next couple of days. All right, that's all for today. Have a nice day and happy trading.